All right, let's do this. So, I'm gonna take a journey down the 99. This is a compilation of sketches that I found in my closet, like some books, like two books that I found that I've kept for a long time, and yeah. So then I found them the other day, and then I just took pictures of them just so I can keep them for in their current condition if they get any worse or whatever. But I actually ended up packaging them up and then throwing them at my friend Jake's deck and waiting for him to come home and find them. He actually found them pretty quickly, but yeah. Anyways, so this one, oh man, sometimes I just look at this guy, put this dude in his stomach. Yeah, I don't know, this one was a pretty powerful piece, just like pure evil. Just the sharp edges, and he's sweating. He's hot. He's got. Oh, actually, I can do this too. He's got freaking steam coming out of his mouth. He's got this little demon thing chilling on him. I don't know what really this stuff says. A genuine life through mind living. I mean, that's fire, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the first one on the 99. This is a storyboard I remember that I drew when I was in Guam, actually, when I was stationed there in 2014 to 2018. I was living, actually this was probably in like 2017. I was living at my girlfriend's house at the time, Brittany, and she had a really beautiful place, and it was overlooking this huge valley, but it was a jungle, just dense jungle behind her house. And I remember like thinking about getting on top of her roof and getting a what you might call it, those small drones, getting a drone and flying that joint out, and then like hovering around me while I'm dressed as like a magician with a stick in my hand, and then I write something out, and then I kind of don't really know exactly where I was going with this, but I remember it was popping. It was a good time. I like that I got it out on paper, just to take it a step further than just living in my head. Doesn't matter how far you get with it, but it's just nice that it was getting somewhere. This boy right here, this right here is not a part of the picture. I don't know what that is, but the truth of the earth, is backwards, or it's a mirror, and it's hard to read, but if you're lit eternally from inside you, it just transcribes. This right here is another language, you know what I'm saying? His eyes don't even need to be open. He's not even looking at the book, really. He can't really even, he's not even looking at it from the angle where he can read it. But he's got it though, I like this piece. I remember my friend Omar, he was also enlisted with me. He said that Win, this is like the first piece that I saw that really makes sense, And I think I left him on red because I was kind of like, I was just kind of like, bro, I don't know, man. Shout out to you though, bro. Excuse me. And this piece right here actually looks like Omar because he got orange hair. But yeah. I remember I drew this. I was looking into applying to art school, so I was trying to get to drawing a little bit more realistically, and so I added some shading here and there, and homeboy was whispering into his hand, and yeah, I like this piece. I don't even know. this right here. I actually got this boy tattooed on my right ribs. Yeah, man, it's just nice. I remember these guys with the eyes for their head. They were like this master's servants, his appendages, his other eyes that he had, his other perspectives, and he actually had this vat of body parts that he would just pop another eye out of himself and then throw it into the soup, and then a being would erect and then come out, and then it would be another one of his minions. Yeah, that's a dope idea. I like what that was about. But yeah, this was a cool piece. I really enjoyed it. Okay. So this again was this actually came from some models online, like through different websites or something. Just like really quick, like did a study. This guy right here was kind of like this, in some pain. But I remember I was doing some cleaning, internal cleaning with bentonite clay and water and psyllium husk, and just trying to just get the inside out. You know what I'm saying? This boy right here knows what's up. This is good stuff. I like doing realistic things a lot, but I don't really like going off of the computer or monitor or screen to do it. You know, I don't know. It just is not as cool as a live model, and I should actually be getting a live model pretty soon. Fingers crossed. Let's hope to that. That'd be really cool. This I'm probably not gonna spend too much time on. This right here, breadhead, grain brain is what they call it in the health community, or I guess in the fruitarian community. This boy got the bread on his head, always thinking about the money, man. But this guy doesn't care. This boy right here, though, I drew this. I remember I made this as I was out of the Navy, and I was working at a health food store at the time, and I was also hanging out with like a ex-girlfriend, and it was an interesting time in my life. And I went over this again and updated it. I do like the original, but I do have some images, some renderings of it nowadays that look different. But this is nice. This is peaceful. Some type of bliss in here. Oh yeah, this is an old piece. Just a couple bananas. I remember this was at an old, like 2 houses ago that I lived at. I might have been home for leave when I was in the Navy. But yeah, man, just some bananas. Okay. Yeah, this is an old piece as well, also from a study on some website or something. But yeah. Okay. Moving on. This boy right here. Just a boy right there. This piece right here, I really enjoyed this man in the middle. The whole screen used to be blank and it was just him, and I really like the aesthetic. just like such pronounced lines of his contour. He looked like he was like stuck on a wall, kind of, also trying to like stay on the wall, hesitant, but stuck to it. And this other stuff kind of just doodled here and there, but it was fun stuff. This was also around the same time as the boy with the hands in the forest. Yeah. I like how the page that this was next to got stuck on it when I was taking it out, or when I was pulling the pages apart or something, and now the hearts are in a different way. This right here is actually not a piece that was too long ago, like a year and some change. I got into a car accident between a rock and a church, ran into that joint, and this up here in the upper left hand corner, I was like thinking about making a story about like the constellations getting together and rolling all this like antimatter into matter into making a world, and they're all chipping in and patting it down and building its density, and they just roll it through the solar system, collecting different matter and substances and things. But yeah, I was on something in the bottom part of this. Excuse me. I remember it was like storming out. It was like really dark, and I lived next to a Meijer, like a grocery store at the time. And I really wanted a salad, and so I left probably at like maybe 9 p.m. or something like that, and like walked my way over to the Meijer, crossed a couple streets, some roads and stuff, and then as I'm getting there, like it starts getting wild. Like the wind is going super hard, lights are flickering, street lights, and I just felt, and like my clothes were like blowing in the wind, and my hair was blowing in the wind, and when I get inside Meijer, there's like a caution tape over the salad, like people with walkie-talkies, and ambulance. An ambulance was at the door when I rolled up there, like pulling somebody out in a bed thing, and I was just like, I'm about my business, and I walked over to the salad place, and they literally had the caution tape around it, and two guys right there. I pulled back this like curtain that they pulled down over it, and just grabbed a thing of salad, and just paid for it and left. And I guess there was a sign there that said like E. coli breakout or something, and but I was just really about it. I just wanted to get some salad, but that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, this man right here, he doesn't take anything from nobody. He's just grilling at you. He's got a jewel in his abdomen where his ribs meet, and yeah, dude's ready. I'm not even gonna read this, but I do like this part about it. Chernobyl, try to rearrange the colors of the rainbow. You can become so, just imagine people or an entity that becomes so I don't even know the word. It's like a different kind of like racism or speciesism. But just try to reorder the colors of nature of a rainbow, like he wanted it his way so bad that he's gonna go out there and, adulterate something that is so pure, that falls from the heavens so pure, but yeah, that's I'm still working on that story, kind of playing around with it. I'm honestly not working with that story, but I like the story, and it's gonna be in my head, and I'm gonna think about it for a while, and it'll come when it comes. Eventually, at some point in my life. But it's just, I think it's a beautiful idea, as messed up as it sounds. Of somebody trying to rearrange the colors of the rainbow. This was inspired by like Egyptian time, like old ancient Egyptian pharaoh type stuff. I am, therefore I am. Yeah. Yeah. This right here, kind of like a. Yeah, I really don't have to say anything about these, because that's why I like drawing and art, like physical art, or visual art, is because it just speaks for itself, But if you guys like to, if you're here, obviously you like to maybe see it and hear something about it if you're interested. But this kind of reminds me of my friend Addis, actually. He kind of looks like this sometimes. But yeah, kind of like a prehistoric man that envelops the natural beauty of being free and alive and in your body and in your element, Yeah, man. I'm gonna revisit this boy. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna revisit most of these, if not all of these. Kind of like saving the original, but just going over it with today's sauce, like today's matter of fact livingness, But yeah, this dude was eating a worm and then it just got stuck. Yeah, this piece right here. This was the bottom part of it is an idea of like how many frames I'm gonna need to make this a visual growing evolution of these waves and this organism. Yeah. I mean, if you like something and it's stagnant, I guess if it stays in one place permanent, you'll probably like it if it moves too, So, yeah. Kind of like a crystalline female anatomy, nature thing, This was a pretty quick one. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. He is displaying in his hand the nothing that is surprising. The amazing nothingness that is still something. I just made that up, I don't really know, but that's just how I feel about it. Neutmer and his castle had relics dug from his mother's chamber. Men in a line ordered to be stoned. His dominion was creating and ordering the colors of the rainbow, yeah, but that was what he knew. When Chernobyl, the rightful heir, saw this, he would walk to his father's legacy and end the line, giving all the riches up for freedom, the most noble wealth. Kind of like also a being that has been made by like sigils and small but valuable signs, like hieroglyphics of images that mean something else. Yeah, I was kind of into like magic and stuff before my psychosis, as what normally happens. This is excuse me, shortly after my psychosis. But you know, humanity's obviously going through a psychosis, so who's to really say? But I guess this was after my car crash incident, around that time. But I like the mixed media of it, and there's like a wall of stuff, and he's trying to peek into it, and she's just sitting there meditating. And on the far left, this entity is kind of like Naruto, or like gang signs, where you do specific gestures and then something happens. Well, this gesture is creating an eye inside the hole of where the two fingers meet. And yeah, I just think that's pretty dope. Kind of reminds me of Rick and Morty. The Federation of Light, a hue of each vibrancy, come together and roll a world in place. Kind of like those guys I mentioned earlier with the constellations or celestial beings amongst the stars that roll the Earth into being, or planet into being. And yeah, it's just the Federation of Light. Shout out to the Federation. Just some doodles, oodles of doodles, of people in different places, same souls, different times. You know how it is. This is another one of those an iteration from before of the images of the image with a whole bunch of things like this. Yeah, I was just playing around with the idea of putting them together and seeing an evolution through that. This is also a pretty recent piece. I gotta fix my self-talk. I gotta fix my self-talk for real. I'm not crazy, I just have mushrooms growing in my system. I have to remain focused on mind, the mint. Yeah, I thought that, because I ate some mushroom, like a syringe of mushroom spores, because I didn't grow it. I just took the syringe and doused my throat with it. And yeah, so for a while I kind of thought, you know, these like super novel out there thoughts that I was having was because of the mushrooms growing inside my body. I was thinking, you know, it's a cool, damp place. I mean, it's a warmish, a blue, damp place, and you know, that's ideal for mushrooms to grow. But anyways, yeah, just some doodles, some brain elaborations coming from some type of ghoul elf creature. What's there to say about this? Silhouette of a being tethered to in a sense, like a greater being, a more primordial, tethered to nature type of being. Yeah. I wasn't really comfortable with watercolor as much. And I actually have a watercolor class that I'm attending later today, but I'll be sure to display my work at that. But yeah, I plan on getting more comfortable with watercolor. You know, just it's a beautiful way to express. I think this was done in like glass markers on paper, so it was kind of odd. I don't use I though. This is looking kind of sussy, but but yeah, I like it's pretty vibrant. The colors are pretty vibrant, some of them at least. This, I moved I moved into my parents' place, and then I moved out into this place over by the YMCA downtown, and I don't know, I was living with strangers, and this is like the only piece that I really made when I was living there. And my one of my roommates was trans, and I don't know, just what I was feeling, you know. No, nothing against them, but yeah, this is just something I drew during that time in my life. And my friend Leah says that she really likes this piece. One time when we talked. Yeah, I like the face to the left. It reminds me of Mrs. Tran, one of my art teachers in high school. Also, that lady from Incredibles. But yeah, just, yep. Excuse me. I think I had one of my stepdad's cousins or family over, and there's like a bunch of little girls in my room, and I was like, yo, let's do some art. So then we just played around for a while and just played with different mediums, and this is something that came from that. But it was really cool just kicking it with them and getting my hands dirty with some paint. Gia. I have no idea when this came about, but it's probably from the future, and nobody's ready for it yet, you know. This piece, I completely remember this star right here. I was definitely going through some stuff, and I remember when I drew that, I thought that it was like the most evil thing ever, and I was like scared of it, and I really could not even stand to look at it. Yeah. This is a nice piece. This person is standing on the presence, or the present, hiding something from the sun, and like empowered by the moon. I think that's pretty cool. She's like, I'm not doing nothing, you know. I got nothing to hide, while she's making this conglomerate, magical mass of some interdimensional goop. To be too big and too small at the same time is just right. Let's get it. Reptilian. I really liked the paint that I put on top of the drawing, and then I drew back over it. I really like that a lot. Reminds me of like old cartoons where you can see the moving image in the animation. The one singular piece that animates while everything else stays the same. And it's like always a different, like a slightly different color. Yeah. Yeah, I like this piece. Just the anguish of this evil creature. It's just nice. And then this like three-faced bastard over here, backwards. And this ragdoll looking dude that's just And then just this ant or this bug creature that's just like, bro, I'm just doing my thing. Yeah. I probably won't go over all these, but like go over all of them again, like in a second rendition. But it's just nice to see. Yeah. Kind of like that man with the jewel in his ribs, but his is gone. And he's looking elsewhere for his piece. Literally. This was also done with some glass paint, glass markers. Yeah, I like this. This was really French of me at the time. Voulou, I forgot. I can't read it anymore. But they got handkerchiefs around their neck. Well, at least that guy on the right does. And the guy on the left smoking a cigarette. And yeah. Just some women or girls or thoughts or whores or hookers or divine feminines and some ladies, girls, toys, innocent creatures. Yeah, a vat of them spread throughout. This is actually just a repercussion of another image that I painted. But I like the stain. This is the other side of the picture. So the stain of the paint actually got onto the other side and discolored it a little bit. But it's cool. Some type of snail vegetation thing. I drew this when I was in Guam, actually at I forget the name of it, but it's a local, I think it was called Infusion, and it was a local, like, coffee place. Yeah, I drew this when I was there. And I remember I'd be drawing, and I'd see this girl working there. And one day I got up to her and I was like, "Hey, you want to hang out sometime?" And she was like, "Oh, I actually have a boyfriend." So I was like, "Okay, like, this is you and this is me, and you just about to take me over." But yeah, I'm not tripping. I just really like it. The entity in the corner kind of like projecting another identity that's playing the game. Like, he's not even playing the game, he's projecting, or I say he, but it, conglomerate, all-encompassing form, avatar, is projecting itself, a version of itself, a specific density layer of itself, and that self plays the game. And he doesn't even care if he's losing or winning. He's not even looking at the game. But I always thought that was interesting that, his stomach's about to pop or something. Oh yeah, I was actually just talking about this piece earlier today with my friend Rebecca. We saw a star like this inside of a Mobius Jean Girard book, and looked just like this. Yeah, this is me looking at myself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just me. If you see it, then you see it. Already know. This is that other side of that one that was the repercussions of the painting, other side. I drew this when I was in Guam, living at my girlfriend's house. Yeah. I think this girl Loza that I worked with, there's this down here. It was like just a couple of us hanging out. I remember Singleton was there, another artist. All Navy folk just hanging out on a day off or something, or after work, just doodling. I think there was a game on or something, and got some pizza or something, and just kind of, we're just kicking it. Oh yeah, I really like these pieces. Really like them. This kind of reminds me of like Space Ghost something from Cartoon Network or Adult Swim at night growing up. Just kind of like that. Everybody like in like C Lab 2020 or whatever it's called, but like everybody looked like that. Like they had like, they just looked like that. But this is an old piece. I remember this piece. I worked on this. It took me a couple times revisiting it. I can't remember. I know I was in Grand Rapids, or technically like Caledonia area, visiting from the Navy, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, there's Judas Man about to perform some action that separates worlds. I'm not even gonna read that. I read it before and I don't really like it, but I really like those eyes, plural, and how they're just checking and rechecking and making sure. And this dude, he's insecure about his swing, you know? But he's gonna do it. He's hesitant, but he's gonna do it. And this dude's ready to pop him on the head. And his hand's backwards. That's just what it is. This, just some doodles. I really like this down here. And I did not mean to make some fidget spinners, but, you know, it was so embedded into our consciousness that just found its way out. Excuse me. I'm not gonna read this stuff either. I don't suggest you do either. Just kind of me bad talking my life at this time. I was just like, oh, not feeling it. And not even bad talking my life, but just like, I don't know, just like reassuring myself, like mental notes to write it down, which always make me feel like bad. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like reading it. I'd rather just read poetry about my life rather than trying to read mental notes about how it's going, you know? Or, you know, turn it into art, like, because it already is art. But, I don't know, just mental notes are just kind of whack. A drawing or a painting or music is a mental note, you know? But it's got more groove. This is kind of a portrait. Kind of like a profile of somebody, like a 3/4 profile. Yeah, this is one of my best angles, I think. I don't really remember this, but I like the hands up in front that are firmly grasping the lid. Yeah. This is my man right here. He saved the day twice and wanted nothing in return but to get his picture taken. And he didn't even care to look in the camera when he got it taken. Yeah, this is just the man. He's got like a freaking 27 pack. Also made with glass markers. Those are kind of mostly a miss, but sometimes when they hit, they were there. I remember I drew this from inspiration from this girl at the gym. I asked her if she was like using something, like an equipment, and she's like, go for it. And I remember I was living off that high for, like, then she told me to go for it, like, go for it in life, go at it, go after it, like, go for it. I can do it. And, yeah, it was pretty cool. She got a plant growing out of her head. Yeah. You can see the residual drawing in the back. Like a phantom. And this was him. Can I get some cookies? I really like this profile right here. Really like that. don't even know. It could have been some. It looks like some type of pastel that I used, which I don't ever really use except for just recently. But yeah, this is like the skewed image right there too. Yeah, it's just nice taking a trip down memory lane. Just some personas around the circus. This piece right here might be from this time when I was in Guam. I saw it. There was like a local convention that happened like every week or so down in, it wasn't Tuman, Hagana, maybe something like that, like halfway through the island. But they had like a lot of local venues or like people, and I found an artist there, and he kind of tried to take me under his wing for a second, and then he gave me like an assignment, and I came back with like with a drawing with like graphite and lead, and then I added marker on top, and he was like, "Don't ever do that." And I was just like, I don't know what to say. Yeah. This piece I actually just revisited with a friend, Justin. We made it into a piece that moves. It was pretty cool. Yeah, this piece, I made this piece when I was working at a health food store, and I just painted on some paper and then folded it in half and then opened it back up after some time. It was nice. It was cool. I really like the texture. I think this was one of my first pieces inside this new sketchbook, and I really didn't like how it was. The paper was actually smaller than the other papers, so I automatically was like, man, this is kind of whack. But there's some things I like about this, like I like the colorful stars inside his suit, kind of like a celestial being. Kind of go back to that same theme, but like he's hidden amongst the stars and he lives there. And he just dresses in this like janky suit that blends into the constellations, and he's up to whatever he can do there because no one sees him. I just noticed this. It's a pretty nice hand, and I really like this. I really like that. I like every part of this separately. This was just some renderings of some guys in like a walking sequence for this project I was working on. Duri Hadrachad. Yeah. Here's some more of the walking sequences. I really like this piece. And this one was used not completely, not embellished on how I wanted to be embellished on, but no hate. It's just nice to enjoy things for what they are when you got them, and if they can make it into your future or become something more, then that's really nice too. I'm pretty sure this was drawn in the barracks on some like whack paper. I remember because the paper was whack, I was more willing to just do whatever on it, and I actually really liked the way it turned out. Yeah, this is also like a figure study. See like the eyes over here, the nose, the mouth, the tater tits, stomach, crotch, legs, arm. Dude got some freaking crazy arms. Alright, yeah, I like this part too. But yeah, this was fun. This is a fun piece. Okay, now this was a study of an ex-girlfriend. She doesn't look like this. But it looks like a human, so I'm not tripping. Hey, that's my man. This is my guy right here. I didn't mean for this, but there's like a figment right there. And it means absolutely nothing to him. Yeah. Rest in peace. You are immortal, but rest in peace. Yeah, I like this piece. Kind of like some type of sea creature coming out of rocks and things, and then like a lobster. Man, the freaking coconut crabs in Guam, if you please look them up, they are astonishing creatures. They are scary. They are huge, gigantic moving rocks connected by like tar colored phalanges that it doesn't make sense. They're just fantastic creatures. Fig Newton, Sir Isaac Fig Newton. I was really big into figs. No homo. But this was a self-portrait. Bro, who be hitting me up, dude? But this is a self-portrait when I worked at the health food store. I had a little under chin hair thing going on. I didn't really know what I was going through, but I was about it. This guy right here, so cute. This guy right here, so prepared. Yeah, it's a good time. Just some cloud work, something like that. This I drew when I was in Guam, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure my brother was like, "What's wrong with you?" It's like, bro, I'm not even gonna... No, I'm not even gonna any longer talk about you, bro. But, yeah, it kind of reminds me of, Kevin! Off at Ed and Eddie. And he was getting beat by Ralph. The fresh rhubarb. This was an attempt to get into drawing school or art school. You know, so I was trying to hit him with the realism. That was pretty nice. There's a lot of design on this thing that I did not make. But not tripping. I broke these glasses in a car accident. They were like in the back, cracked in half. Yeah. But I like those glasses. I have some new pairs right now, and my vision's changed, and now my glasses are thicker, and now I just wear contacts. But yeah, this dude's lit, and that's just about it. treasure chest, and the heart is inside. Feline power. Yeah, I really like the nose. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys or not very interesting for you guys. Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's just some of my old work, you know, that I'd like to look at, and I think it would be nice just for future generations to look at. You know, once my stuff's all over in museums and all over the world, it would be nice just to take a look at how it used to be, you know, just to maybe humble myself a little bit once I become a billionaire. But I already am a billionaire. I got billions of cells, so you know how it is. This is a piece actually with Singleton and Loza. Singleton drew this man, and I think his jaw was supposed to be silver or like metal. I think he was making a character or rendering a character that he saw somewhere, but then Loza colored it in green too, and I remember the look on his face. He was just like, do you, whatever, but that's not what I was going for. But I hit up this lady down here. She reminds me of a witch from Looney Tunes. Hence this and this. I think we were gathering around some type of sports event. I don't condone that, but you know, that's just what happens. Sprouting seeds. Myself and a friend Ivy were working on the sign at our health food store job. A little section for like seeds that you can sprout, and we made like a little sign, and we got it approved, and it became the sign. It was nice. And then we got rid of the sign like a year or so later, and I remember I was working in the basement at that time, and I found the sign, and I put it on the ceiling upside down, hanging up on the roof, not on the roof, but on the ceiling of the basement, looking down on me while I was cooking up the herbs. And like the next day I came into work, it wasn't there. Damn cretin. This piece I really enjoyed. Really enjoyed. Yeah, just take it in. It was my screensaver for a long time. Okay, let's read this. It might get into my brain something. Genesis point. Order of quenching. Ialui flies through worlds beaming light and energy to where and what Ialui flies through worlds beaming light and energy to where and what he is attracted to. He is a fast teleporting star. He comes to an attraction in ultraviolet ray, and then the perspective changes to a girl inside her home, quiet, neat. She is impulsed and inspired by impulse to open her window. She opens it out, and it blows in, a heavy wind knocking her to her bottom. She laughs. She smells something yummy. The wind blows her neatness into a lived-in expression. She jumps to her bed, and Ialui reveals himself a little. He is a glowing gelatin in high vibration. He directs energy to all things around her room, zapping old belongings. She is enthralled with so much she falls asleep, and Ialui zaps her and disappears. She beams light throughout the night. She wakes up to see a book gifted to her by her old lover. She becomes wide-eyed about it, picks it up, and runs at her door. At the same time, the control has honed into the novelty air created by Ai Louie and her dream. They are in the same realm, just hidden beyond the fake clouds, above fake clouds. They have put out an alarm of alarm to extrapolate the novelty. These big rigs of slavery burst above the earth, looking into her home. The king Nightmare sees it from his domain high in the sky. The picture is unrelated, but that's the beginning of the story that I was writing, which I have completed. And I actually just contacted this girl from Florida who works at like an exotic fruit company that she made herself, I believe. I contacted her because I sent it to her like a year ago, and she read it and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool," and it's like has a lot of like actual reality in it. And I was like, "Yeah," and I just hit her up recently, asking if she wants to read that story and like record it, so I can get that recording and then listen to it and then have somebody else tell me my story. And coming from somebody that is like, I don't know, like I think it's really cool if she were to be down. I think it would be really nice to draw further inspiration from. This is also from the story. One of the beings come into being on the planet into the last vessel that has any room, and it was like a decrepit tree that was about to die. And he looks at himself, and he's just this like disgusting old rickety raggedy tree, and is just frightened. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but yeah, this was an interesting piece. That is, but not right. Another appearance from Kevin from Ed and Eddie. Why? Some more cloud work. I really like this cloud work. Yeah. Yeah, goddamn. Just another creature going through the dimensions, traveling, being seen in its reality. Smasher and Dasher and Prancer and Lover. Dang, instead of R.I.P., it's R.I.P.E. That boy ripe. Just a figure study. So this, I remember this right here is actually taking place right there. And these guys are just doing something. I had a rendition of this where they were colored, like BIPOC. No, I'm just kidding. But they were like colored, like different. They were like, you know, red. The guy was green. The guy was blue. But it was pretty nice. I do not know what happened to that rendition, but I'm not tripping. And it looks like this is the last piece. My friend Addis was in a band, Ape Not Kill Ape, and I made this for him and his band. He's got 3 members in it. Oh, there are 3 members in it. I guess there was 3 members in it. Rest in peace. But yeah, I gave it to him, and nothing really happened to it, so I changed it to Shape Not Kill Shape. But yeah, man, shape not kill shape. Straight up. All shapes belong. But yeah, this has been my 99 found relics of my past. And I'll quick show you. Yeah, here are the There's the rendition of the other one. Oh, I got some other stuff, but yeah, you already know what it is. It was nice catching up, and yeah, I'll be back. I do not know how to turn this off. Oh my god. I hope it's still recording, because if not, I'm gonna be pissed.